This is LGR, London Greek Radio.
Κατέβασε τη δωρεάν εφαρμογή του London Greek Radio από το App Store για iOS και Google Play για Android και συντονίσου. London Greek Radio 103,3. Μας φέρνει πιο κοντά.
Welcome to London Greek Radio. I'm Vasoula Christodoulou, and today we are discussing how to keep our pets safe this festive season. I'm delighted to be joined by Dr Paul Manktelow, Chief Vet at Blue Cross, who will guide us through the risks and joys of Christmas for our furry friends and offer advice on keeping them healthy and happy. Dr. Manktelow, thank you for joining us. It's great to have you today to share your expertise. And the festive season is magical, but it can also pose some hidden dangers for pets. What specific risks should owners be aware of?
So yeah, it's a great time of year, isn't it? And there's so much joy and happiness with all the family coming round. But we also bring a lot of things into our homes that can actually be quite dangerous for pets. Specifically, all the sort of foods that we have at Christmas, with some of them being particularly dangerous. But also all these ornaments and decorations, which again, our dogs and particularly cats can also eat and chew and play with, which can also cause risks as well. But some of those foods that we have that we love so much can actually be very, very toxic to our pets.
Mm-hmm. So it's amazing how ordinary holiday foods and decorations can suddenly become hazardous. Which traditional Christmas foods or decorations are particularly dangerous for pets?
So the big one is chocolate for dogs, but particularly that sort of very nice, I call it the posh chocolate, with the high cocoa content. That contains a compound called theobromine, which is very, very toxic to dogs and can actually be fatal. And then obviously in the seasonal things, we've got things like mince pies and Christmas puddings all contain raisins and sultanas, which again can be toxic. And then some of the things that you might not be aware of is our traditional Christmas dinner, which often has onions, garlic leeks in with the stuffing and the gravy. That can always be toxic as well. And then things like macadamia nuts, which we often have, nut selections out, can be poisonous. And in terms of the decorations, well, pretty much any of them can be. But we know that cats particularly like to play with Christmas trees, and they can be, the tinsel can be particularly bad because they often eat it and it can cause intestinal blockages. But I've even seen dogs. We had a 3-month-old puppy in that actually ate a Christmas bauble, and that can obviously cause damage to the intestine. But it was fine in the end, but they were having glittery poops for quite a few days afterwards because of the glitter on the bauble. So yeah, all sorts of things. All these new and exciting things we bring into our house can all come with risks.
Oh, but it's quite normal that many owners would like to include the pets in the celebrations. So what they are allowed to give to the pets, food or decorations to play with?
Yeah, I mean, we all love to treat our pets, don't we? Especially at Christmas. I would often say actually just give them their normal food over Christmas, but a lot of people want to give them their own Christmas dinner, which I understand. So if you are going to do that, just a bit of lean meat, so a bit of the turkey meat if you're having turkey, and then just some of the vegetables like the carrots, the swede, broccoli, cabbage, peas, those sorts of things. Try and avoid the stuffing and avoid the gravy because, again, they can have onions in, also they're very high in salt. And just try and avoid all these sort of really rich foods like cheese and things like that, which can actually cause digestive upsets. So a bit of lean meat, a few vegetables, and your pet will love it just as much and it will feel like a treat for them.
And decorations, I guess there are special decorations, like when we choose toys for kids. We have to think the same about our pets, I assume.
Yeah, absolutely. And just be very, very vigilant as well, because, with all these new exciting things in the house, our pets love to explore. They often explore with their mouths, so they pick things up and they chew on them. So just make sure you're not leaving them unattended, especially in rooms with decorations and presents. And my dog Rodney, he loves opening presents because my mother-in-law bought him a Christmas present when he was only a year old, and it had dog treats in it, and he got so excited about unwrapping his own present Now he thinks he can unwrap all the presents. So we can't leave him in the room where there's, presents under the Christmas tree because he'll just open them all. So you've just got to be very, very mindful and be very vigilant.
Oh, thank you. This is so important because I remember back, a few years back, I gave my dog, it was when I didn't know, a whole leg of lamb. Right. And I thought I'd be nice, but by doing this, I was exactly the opposite. Now, beyond food safety, it seems like Blue Cross is seeing more pets in need of care. What's the current situation on the ground? What trends are you noticing?
So, yeah, I mean, obviously, we try and keep pets safe, in their homes at Christmas, but there are a lot of pets that don't have a home this Christmas. We've seen an 18% increase in pets being given up for relinquishment. We're seeing more and more people unable to afford veterinary care. And we're seeing more people accessing our pet food banks because they simply can't afford to feed them. So we are asking for people this Christmas to be really mindful of all those pets that either don't have a home or whose owners can't afford to keep them. And, it's understandable. We're in a cost of living squeeze. People fall on hard times, all the time. So it's really important to think about those animals that maybe need a little bit of help and support. And that's why we're doing a Christmas appeal. And we'd love people to donate to that if they can.
And how are you responding? How are you coping with this demand nowadays? Do you have a plan B for these additional pets that they are coming in?
Yeah, well, we've done quite a lot of work with our rehoming sites and our veterinary hospitals to make them as efficient as possible. But we are increasing the number of pets we help. We're doing a huge amount of fundraising to try and raise funds for these pets, and ultimately to try and keep people and pets together. The most important thing is that we can try and do that. But if people have to face the heartbreaking decision of having to give up the pet, at least we're there to be able to help them find their next forever home.
And for anyone considering adopting a pet, what does the Blue Cross rehoming process involve?
Well, obviously, you can go on our website. There's a lot of information on there before you start the process, and reach out to our teams if you are thinking of adopting or even fostering a pet. A lot of people now are fostering animals. So it's not a permanent way, but you can offer your home to a pet rather than having to go into a shelter. But the advice I would give is just make sure that you are really considering the right sort of pet for your lifestyle, the right sort of breed of dog, for example, and also that you're considering those lifetime commitments and those costs of having that pet over its lifetime. Because as we know, veterinary care, for example, is getting more and more expensive. So it's important that you have the means to look after that pet for its whole life.
Thank you. And for pet owners who want to make sure their animals stay safe over Christmas, where can they go for reliable advice and support? Do they go to your website, or is it any other places or websites that they can visit?
Yeah, so we've got our veterinary teams, our behaviourists, all our experts write for our own website at Blue Cross. And you can get some updates on our Christmas appeal. Just look at bluecross.org.uk/Christmas appeal for more information on that, helping those pets and their critical first nights as we're supporting them through that process.
And if they want to support directly Blue Cross this holiday season, what options do they have? How can they help?
Yeah, absolutely. With the web address I've just given you, you can see all sorts of ways that you can support us and donate online as well to really help those pets in need.
Dr. Manktelow, before we wrap up, what is your number one tip for keeping pets safe and happy this Christmas?
My number one tip is to be very, very vigilant. Our pets, they love to explore, they love to eat things, and they will take every opportunity they can. So make sure you're not leaving anything out that they can access, and make sure that you're keeping them happy and safe.
Thank you so much, Dr. Manktelow, for sharing your expertise and highlighting how small precautions can make a big difference for our pets during the holidays. Thank you for listening to London Greek Radio. We hope this discussion has given you valuable insights on keeping your pets safe and healthy this festive season. Enjoy the celebrations responsibly with your furry friends. I'm Vasoula, and this has been London Greek Radio.
This is LGR, London Greek Radio.
Ο αγαπημένος σου ελληνικός σταθμός στα social media. Ακολούθησέ μας στο Instagram και στο TikTok, βρες μας στο Twitter και κάνε like στη σελίδα μας στο Facebook London Greek Radio.